Alrighty, this is gonna be part 5 of Tokyo Mirage Sessions hashtag Fire Emblem, or FE, I guess. Alright, so I think I'm supposed to just go over to the lesson studio right now. Oh, but there are like side quests and stuff too. Toma sends a text and he says, I want to get some advice from you. I'm hanging out top of the department store like usual. So maybe we'll just go hang out with him first. And yeah, I think it's here. Oh my. Oh. I think Tsubasa has a side story too. She says, I need your advice. Meet me in front of the cafe. Maiko has a side story too. She says, I need your help. It's an emergency. So we got some side stories to do. Apparently this little girl has a request. I guess she wants a coloring book. Toma says, there you are, Itsuki. There's something I want to talk to you about. Do you have time right now? We say yes. Toma says, thanks man, come with me for a bit. Toma says, what I want to talk to you about is girls. Ah, boring. Itsuki says, that's rare. I never thought I'd hear that coming from you. Boyfriend. Wink. Just kidding. Toma says, I need you to help me out with something. Someone interrupts and says, what's the genome monster doing here? Toma says, what? Huh? You're that kid. The boy says, come on, I watched the show on TV. Was what you told me last time a lie? Were you just satisfied doing some lame show at a place like this and stuck with the villain part too? Toma says, ugh. The boy says, it's not like it matters, you just blurted that stuff out. It's not like I had my hopes up to begin with. Itsuki says, hey, Toma. The boy says, what, are you gonna hit a kid like me? Toma says, I'm sorry. I just wanted to get you to smile, that's why I couldn't stop myself from lying to you. And the boy says, for a reason like that? Seriously? That's so dumb. Toma says, I'll become a real hero someday, and I'll get you to... and trails off. The boy says, there's no way I can smile anymore. I mean, my mom and dad got divorced. Mom cries every day, and I get bullied at my new school. There's nothing good in this world. There's no way I can smile in a world like that. Toma says, then I'll definitely become a real hero and make you smile. The boy says, you're just lying, aren't you? Toma says, no, that's my promise to you. That's why I want you to believe in me one more time. The boy says, a promise? Toma says, that's right. The boy says, that's so dumb. And then runs away. I think that boy is me. That's so dumb. That light is too bright. Whatever. Toma says, hey, it's Itsuki. You want to go train, right? I'll tag along. Toma says, thanks, man. Toma says, I need to train to flirt with confidence. Itsuki says, excuse me? Toma says, let me make it clear that I'm serious about this. For the next show, I actually have a part without a mask as Hyoma Kiba, the guy who transforms into Raiga. Itsuki says, does putting on some weird mask really count as a transformation? Toma says, come on, that's not the important part. Anyway, the producers want to target the female audience to boost attendance. That's why they decided to have an unmasked warrior appear, but the original actor couldn't make it. So I was chosen as the substitute. Seems like the Raiga director spoke up and said, why not use that kid? I guess referring to himself. Itsuki says, that must mean he thinks highly of your skills. That's great. Toma says, still, the bar's been set high. The actor who plays Hyoma is a popular young guy with a lot of buzz. He's a hit with both moms and young girls. If I'm gonna be his understudy, I need to learn how to act in a way that wins their hearts. Itsuki says, and that's why you have to be charismatic and confident, huh? Toma says, but I don't know how to do that, and when I looked online, everyone said it's better to have a wingman. Itsuki says, and that means ... Toma says, come with me to hit on girls. Alright, I guess. We'll just have to do our best, says Itsuki. Toma says, that's the Itsuki I know. Such encouraging words. Now, where to do this? Does Harajuku sound good to you? Itsuki says, yeah, I expect there'd be a lot of girls there. It's decided then. Let's break it up for now. Come to Harajuku when you're ready. Oh my. How filthy. Hitting on squirrels. New topic from Toma. Where are you at? I'm waiting in front of Anzu, so hurry up. Okay. We are going to Harajuku, baby. Patisserie crepe. I think there was 2 crepe stores. What is this Donna place? Oh, it's a burger. Nom noms. I was like really hungry for meat today, and I decided to go to McDonald's because, I mean, I know that's questionable meat, but everything in the grocery store was like either sold out or like gross. So I was like, I'm gonna skip that. Or ridiculously expensive. Anyways, Toma says, there you are, Itsuki, let's get started. I say sure. Toma says, you ready? Let's do this. Itsuki says, that is so not you. Toma says, I know, I'm trying to get in character. I can't just hit on random girls as my normal self. You better give this your all too. Got it? That's not shady at all. Toma says, hey, wanna go grab some coffee with us? She says, why? Toma says, why? Hey, it's Suki. I don't know, we just thought it would be nice. The girl says, huh? And then Itsuki says, would that not be enough? She says, wouldn't say that, it's just, I don't really know you guys. Itsuki says, why don't we exchange topic IDs then? That'll let us get to know each other and we can grab coffee another time. She says, true. Toma says, oh, here, let's do that right now. She says, sure. Yeah, you can always block someone if you don't want to deal with them later, I guess. She says, see ya. Toma says, Itsuki, you're really good at this. I can't believe you did that so naturally. Itsuki says, did I? It's probably because he doesn't care. Toma says, right, you're that kind of guy. Wow, I feel sorry for Tsubasa. Toma says, let's move on to the next one. Toma says, how about that lady? I'll make the move this time. Itsuki says, good luck. Toma says, hello miss, wanna grab some coffee? She says, no. Toma says, Itsuki. I say, how about tea instead? She's like, I wasn't expecting that, you're pretty funny. Toma says, does that mean ... She says, sure is what I want to say, but I'm busy. How about we just exchange topic IDs? Toma says, are you serious? Aw, yeah. Toma says, Itsuki, you're pretty good. After seeing how you interact, I think I'm starting to get the hang of it. Itsuki says, good. Toma says, let me try the next one. Toma continued to do his best to speak with smoothness and confidence. Toma says, see ya, I'll be waiting to hear back. Itsuki says, we talked to quite a few people. How are you feeling? Toma says, I get it now. To be a confident guy, you need the courage to face rejection and the guts to go the distance. And the ability to transform into a different person than normal. Ah, yes. Now he has soul orbs coming out of his man titties. Toma Akagi's soul as an entertainer has achieved a new whatever. He learned grand transformation. More like skeezy hoe bag. Toma says, oh yeah, I totally got this. Itsuki says, great. Toma says, just you watch, I'll nail this at the next show. More like, I'll nail you at the next show, baby. Anyways, Tiki says, looks like Toma gained a new performa, come back and do a Unity when we get back. Neat. Oh yeah, I forgot, you have to go over there and do the Unity or the side story doesn't end. So let's go do that then. I like that that was nice and short. I don't know what I'm doing. My brain is tired. I took a nap earlier. And I think I'm not like fully awake. Door of Transformation. Let's give it a try. There we go. Kane says, I do not understand, I cannot comprehend it. Toma says, what's up, Kane? Kane says, why must a man who wishes to become a hero train his confidence by attempting to woo random ladies? Toma says, taking those kinds of steps are necessary for heroes in this world. Kane says, is this acceptable? Toma says, huh? Kane says, is this truly acceptable to continue placing my faith in you? Truth be told, I am filled with worry. Toma says, did you say that out loud? There's nothing to worry about. It might not look it, but I do feel like I'm making progress. Kane says, very well, then I shall continue to watch over you for a while longer. You may be a fool, but you're not the type of man who would go back on his word. Toma says, of course not. Kane says, that child, however, he reminds me of you, especially the radiance of his performa. Toma says, you think so? Well, that's not important. I'll be heading out now. Doom. Yeah, I actually went outside today, and I didn't catch coronavirus, so 2 weeks. Well, I guess I'm gonna die in 2 weeks then. Genome Monster says, who shall I convert into a genome monster today? The crowd says, no! Hyoma says, hold it right there. Now that I'm here, I won't let you do as you please. The monster says, who are you? Hyoma says, I'm the fangs of lightning that dash through the streets. My name is Hyoma Kiba. Is everyone okay? How about you ladies? And then the crowd simultaneously orgasms, I guess. Hyoma says, come at me, Genome Monster. I will protect the children's futures and these beautiful ladies. But not dudes, huh? Rude. The crowd is squealing with joy. Hyoma says, it's time to be entranced. Lightning systems, full throttle. Transmute. The crowd continues to be interested and amazed by what he's doing, even though it's not interesting or amazing. Itsuki says, good work out there, you rocked it. Toma says, yeah, I improvised so many lines, I'll probably get yelled at later. I thought hitting on those girls paid off, though. Itsuki says, the reaction from the female audience was impressive. Some were even saying you were better than the regular actor. Toma says, I guess it was worth having you keep me company. I wonder if he was watching. Itsuki says, you mean that kid? I saw him at the edge of the audience. He was really engrossed in the show. Toma laughs and says, I see. Itsuki says, now that you mention it, why are you so concerned about him? Toma says, oh, about that. Itsuki says, you don't have to tell me if you don't want to. Just because we're friends doesn't mean I need to know everything. Toma says, it's not a secret. You helped me out with a lot of stuff, so I want you to know this. Itsuki says, alright. Toma says, that kid, he reminds me of when I was his age. Around then, my parents ran off because they had more debt than they could handle. I was raised by my grandpa. I got bullied at school for that and lost faith in the world, as much as a kid could anyway. But then I saw this hero show on TV, and it's like it gave me courage, it saved me. Every week, some nasty villain would show up, and every single time, they'd almost take the hero down. But the hero always stood up against the villains without ever losing hope. A hero has to be someone who can give courage and happiness to others. I want to become someone like that for that kid. I say I'll be cheering you on. Toma says, thanks, man. I'll continue relying on you for guidance. You're my best friend, after all. The job has completed. We receive negligible EXP. Toma has grown as an as an entertainer and became a pro understudy. My. Ooh. Nom. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, Tsubasa is at that cafe, I think. But Maiko's right here. That'll be easier. Maiko says, there's something I want to ask you. Can you help me? I say yes. Itsuki says, what's wrong? Maiko says, I still have some alcohol in my system from last night. I'm not hungover or anything. Itsuki says, how much did you drink? Maiko says, 2 big bottles of shochu. Itsuki says, are you gonna be alright? Maiko says, I'm A-okay. Erp. Itsuki says, I understand. You want me to buy you some hangover medicine? Is there any kind in particular you would like? Maiko says, vodka, a lemon one. I say, please give me a serious answer. She says, I'm sorry. I've had Tiki make me hangover medicine before. Try asking her. She'll know what to do. Itsuki says, okay. I'm heading out. Maiko says, I owe you one. I don't believe that there is any hangover medicine that actually legitimately works. I've heard of a lot of companies trying to like sell garbage like that, but a lot of stuff I read online says that it's scams, basically. Here's hangover medicine for you. Drink water before you go to bed. Anyways, Tiki says, Big brother, is something wrong? I say, Miss Mako has a hangover. Tharja says, not again. Itsuki says, Tharja? Tharja says, relax, it's nothing we haven't dealt with before. Itsuki says, is there something that helps her? Tiki says, there's a medicine we had her take when this happened last time. Itsuki says, can I have some? Tiki says, it looks like the amount we gave her last time was the last of it. Tharja says, we have to go to the Idola Sphere to get the ingredients. And I just say, I'll go. You can't leave Miss Maiko like this. Tiki says, you're so nice. Itsuki says, who knows what she'll do if we leave her like that. Tiki says, that's true. Well then, be careful. I'll send you the details of the ingredients on topic. Okay. But yet, no ingredients were sent. Perhaps I have to leave the room first. There we go. Tiki says we need illusory fungus, clams, dirt, and that's it. You can get these in the Idola Sphere at Daitama. Okay. I'm gonna guess that those are things that only show up if you fight the right enemies after accepting the side quest. I hate games like that. I prefer it when you can just get that stuff like on accident, and then sometimes you're like, oh, I'm already done with this. Tsubasa says, a debut CD release and a model shoot. Everything's happening so fast. My life is full of surprises. Interesting. So we are going back into the Idola Sphere to fight pointless enemies to get a hangover cure that they should have just went to a freaking drugstore to get. Oh well. Crom says the ingredients can be gathered here. Itsuki says I'm right. I'm worried about Miss Maiko. Let's hurry. Tiki says there are 3 ingredients. They'll be shining on the ground. Keep an eye out where you walk. Okay. Let me just pull up the map for this place. All the ingredients are illusory. How do they help her? And why do Fire Emblem characters magically know, like, how to get hangover medicine for this lady? She doesn't say anything useful. We found illusory fungus. Tiki says, looks like you got illusory fungus, you still need the clams in the dirt. Mushrooms, clams, and dirt. Please, no one ever tried to feed me that. That just doesn't sound good. Seems like a puke. A puke flavored smoothie. Really? I don't see anything shining over there, but this guy has a request. He says, "You're a member now. There's a cancellation fee and no takebacks. The Mirage Martial Arts Federation has the following teachings to attain true strength. Train, take pride, and prove your strength." You're probably like, what should I do? See this? This is a dojo sign. There are 6 assistant masters that have this sign. Challenge them and hone your skills. Defeat them all, and then you get to fight me. Okay, whatever. I don't think I'll actually be doing that, but who knows? We got the illusory clams. Tiki says, you got the illusory clams. All that's left is the illusory dirt. I don't know if that's what she actually said, but I'm just gonna go with that's probably what she's gonna say, so whatever. There's no means of destroying this wall right now. Well, I don't see anything shiny over there, so hopefully we don't have to like go get some other skill. Because that would be annoying. Oh, rude. Really? Rude. Super rude. demons everywhere. There we go. We got the illusory dirt. Itsuki says that's all the ingredients. I should contact Tiki. Tiki says bring them to the Bloom Palace. Tsubasa says, my dad freaked out when he heard about the model shoot stuff. I helped me convince him, and now he fully supports me. I'm so lucky to have them on my side. Let us see. Tiki says, welcome back. Itsuki says, Tiki, please make the medicine. She says, leave it to me. Tiki says, I'm tired. The medicine's ready, though. Itsuki says, thanks. Tiki says, hurry and take it to Maiko. Maiko drank the medicine. She says, ew, it's bitter. Woo, I'm 100% back to normal. Maiko has returned from the land of the dead. Tsubasa says, thank goodness. Toma says, worked like a charm. What the hell was actually in it? Maiko says, sorry everyone, looks like I caused a bit of trouble for you. I better thank Tiki too. Toma says, seriously, what kind of hangover takes a trip to the idolosphere to cure? Please don't make us go through that again. We're not your parents, Miss Maiko. Maiko says, wah, mommy. Toma got angry. Tsubasa says, me? That's a bad boy, Toma. Bad boy. You have to be nice. Toma says, that lady sure is irresponsible. Kiria says, hey, Itsuki. Do you really think Maiko's irresponsible? I say yes. Kiria says, no hesitation, huh? Guess it can't be helped. Maiko went drinking with industry execs last night to promote Fortuna's talent. Her conduct was impressive, I hear. Itsuki says, so that's why. Kiria says, that's not all. She even negotiated with police officials all night in order to cover up the incidents involving Mirages. Itsuki says, so we're able to fight because Miss Maiko supports us in the background, is that what you mean? Kiria says she tries not to let anyone notice, but I thought you should know about it, Itsuki. I say we should be thankful then. Maiko says, alright, I'm feeling better now thanks to everyone. Let's work hard today. Tsubasa says, woo! So does Toma. And Itsuki. Maiko says, well done. The job is complete. Maiko acquired the backup skill, Drinking Connections. You get more money when selling items to stores. Alrighty. Now we're looking for Tsubasa. Oh no, that's not her. Itsuki says, what should I get? I don't want anything though. Where did Tsubasa go? Oh, there she is. Okay. Tsubasa says, I'm worried about my next gig. You have to help me. And I say yes. Tsubasa says, it's awkward talking about it here. Let's go in the cafe. Tsubasa says, the company's holding a meet and greet to commemorate my debut. But I don't like shaking hands with people. It's not normally a problem, but when I think about doing that in a public event, I get nervous. Itsuki says, why don't we practice? And I say, nice to meet you. She goes, Itsuki says, that's pretty bad. Tsubasa says she has social anxiety. Then she says, Itsuki, do you have any ideas how I can gain more confidence? Itsuki says, it's probably best if you just interact with as many people as possible. Tsubasa says, yeah. Itsuki says, it'd also be weird if an idol suddenly walked up and asked, may I practice shaking your hand? Itsuki says, what do you think about freebie marketing? Tsubasa says, huh? Itsuki says, handing out free samples might be good practice for interacting with people you don't know. Tsubasa says, I see. You're smart, Itsuki. He says, plus, you can probably expect a better turnout since you'll be advertising your own meet and greet. Tsubasa says, I'll go get ready at once. As though she wasn't already. Tsubasa says, I'm ready to go. I'll be waiting for you at the crosswalk near the station. Via my text, or whatever. Holy free holy. We've also received a text from Kidia, who says, Itsuki, never mind, forget about what I said. Oh, okay. I just love cryptic texts. They're my favorite. Especially when they're fake. Where is this biatch? She said she'd be by the station. Oh, there we go. She says, I'm ready to hand out free samples. I say, let's get started. Tsubasa says, there are a lot of people in Shibuya when you look around like this. Itsuki says, you're gonna get over this no matter what, right? Tsubasa says, of course, I'll do my best. Make sure you watch. Tsubasa says, Itsuki, someone's coming. How should I talk to him? Briskly and full of energy. Probably, he says. That look on her face. Tsubasa says, I'm holding a meet and greet soon. Please come by. And he takes the flyer. Tsubasa says, I did it. He took it. Itsuki says, good, keep at it. This time, try changing how you hand it over, depending on the person. Tsubasa says, how I hand it over? Okay, I'll try. Itsuki says, you could just not think too much into it and hand it normally. Yeah, most people will take things if they're handed them. Tsubasa says, hand it normally. Tsubasa says, please come to my meet and greet. Itsuki says, yes. Tsubasa says, I did it. Itsuki says, you're on a roll, but it doesn't feel natural yet. Tsubasa says, my facial expression might be too stiff. I'll focus on that next time. Itsuki says, just smile. Tsubasa says, smile. Okay. Tsubasa says, I'll be holding a meet and greet. I'd love it if you would come. And the guy takes the flyer. Itsuki says, that was great. Tsubasa says, I think I'm getting the hang of this. I'll try the next one myself. If someone just handed me a flyer saying that they're inviting me to a meet and greet, I'd be like, I just fucking met you, and then I'd just walk away. Is that mean of me? Tsubasa says, I'm all out of freebies. Itsuki says, looks like you're over your anxiety. Tsubasa says, my what now? Oh, that's right, I was handing out samples to get over my anxiety. I was so preoccupied doing it, I completely forgot about it. Itsuki says, come on now. Tsubasa says, a meet and greet's the same idea, isn't it? You're supposed to give it your all in a short period of time. She says, I understand now. And now she's gonna have a soul orb come out of her titties. Oh my. Her boobs are like bigger than her head. That has gotta hurt her back. That is some lower back pain. Tsubasa learned hands warmth. She giggles and said, I did it. Now we have to go do the Unity skill thingy. Alright. Apparently there's another Maiko story available as well. She says, Kitty is acting strange. She's having an episode. Could you try talking to her? Well, Kitty is right there, so that'll be easy to do. Tiki says what she always says in this situation. There we go. We learned Door of Connection. Tsubasa says, just thinking about it makes my heart race. Kaida says, you'll be fine. What's truly terrifying is when one grows numb. The tension you feel is a good sign. Tsubasa says, you're right. Kaida says, you worked hard for this, Tsubasa. Have more confidence. Tsubasa says, thanks, Kaida. Tsubasa Oribe, 18 years old, is off to the meet and greet. And then she trips over her own leg. Kaida says, will she truly be alright? Meanwhile, elsewhere at the meet and greet, Tsubasa says, thank you for coming today. Tumming Kume. She's just like awkwardly nodding and shaking hands and such. With no hand sanitizer. She's gonna get the SARS, or the MRSA, or the MERS, or the CO-19, or the H1N1, or the God knows what else, and then die. Die. Tsubasa says, I'm back. Itsuki says, welcome back. A lot more people showed up than I thought. Tsubasa says, tons of the people who accepted my free samples came. All over my tits. I'm just kidding. She says, it's all thanks to you helping me. Couldn't have done it without you. Itsuki says, how'd it feel? Tsubasa laughs. Itsuki says, what's up? Tsubasa says, handshakes are like magic. I did get nervous, but I felt as though I was truly connecting with my fans through the palms of our hands. It's not just about singing and dancing. Connecting with people is important as well. I just say I agree. And since you understand that now, I believe you'll become a great idol. Tsubasa says, thanks, I'll keep doing my best. Itsuki says, I'll keep rooting for you. Tsubasa says, thank you, Itsuki. And then blushes or whatever. Tsubasa is now a madcap idol. She can do the special performance debut smile, which makes you get herpes, I guess. I don't know. Tsubasa side story is now available. Oh, she has another one already. She says, Itsuki, what do I do? Apparently I lack devilish charm. Could you come to the cafe? I'll be out front. When you get here, I'll fill you in on the details. We'll get to that someday. But right now we're gonna do this other one. Kidia says, don't talk to me. I will kill you. Itsuki says, look this way, Kidia, and tell me what's going on. She must be riding the red pony. Kidia says, huff, huff. Maiko says, I accidentally got the wrong gig for Kidia. I showed her the concepts document just to see how she felt, and, well, you see for yourself. Itsuki says, what kind of job is it? Maiko says, it's a late night show called Absolutely Cute. Kidia has to wear a cute animal costume and act as the program's MC. Maiko says, Itsuki, can you please calm her down for me? It's fine if she wants to cancel the gig. Itsuki says, Kidia. Kidia says, I'll kill you all. I'll kill you. I'll kill myself. I'll obviously kill Maiko. And then, for no reason at all, I'll kill Toma too. Ha! And now she's laughing. Maiko says, eek. Itsuki says, please calm down, Kidia. She's laughing and saying, I'll kill you all. Oh my. Kidia says, I'm sorry you had to see that. Itsuki says, what in the world made you flip out like that? Oh, that cat outfit, I guess. Kidia says, I'm no good at these things. Whenever I see things that are cute or fluffy, I just melt. And go homicidal, I guess. She says, disgusting, huh? I say, that's not true. You're a girl, Kidia. It's normal to enjoy stuff like that. How sexist. Kidia says, really? You think so? Itsuki says, yes. Kidia says, I loved cute things like that ever since I was a kid. I used to wear frilly clothes all the time, but as I got older, I grew taller and my looks became more fierce. You're not a drag queen, sweetie. So all that got more and more unsuitable for me. Then one day, a good friend of mine said something to me. She said that it was gross. That remark stuck with me to this day. Itsuki says that's horrible. Kidia says, because of that, I gave up everything that didn't suit my appearance. And as I minded only what fit me and what other people thought the cool Kidia came to be. This plushie is proof that the girl who once loved cute things existed at one point. Itsuki says that's why you called it a memento. Kidia says, I guess it's because I'm holding all that stuff in, but sometimes I have episodes like before. It's out of the blue, I know. I don't want anyone to have to see me like that. I'd rather destroy all my feelings and regrets than have to deal with that. Which brings me to the next point. There's someplace I'd like you to accompany me. Itsuki says, where's that? Kidia says, I'll contact you about it later. And she texts me that she wants to go to the Idolosphere in Shibuya. She wants to kill the cute ghosties. And she wants to kill at least 10. So guess we're gonna put Kidia in our party and go to Shibuya. And oh boy, I'm just trying to find it. I think they meant this one, hopefully. Yeah. Kitty says, this is the place. I'm gonna exterminate the cute monsters. Tharja says, are you serious? Kitty says, the cuteness of those bastards puts my heart in turmoil. If I can defeat them, I can break away from my past self. Tharja says, you realize that makes no sense, right? You've really got issues, lady. Kitty says, can it? Let's move. Received a topic from Tiki. Kitty asked me to help. I will count off the number of the ghosts that you kill. Okay. Deep chill. Fancy. Let's do it. Anyways, Tiki says there's 8 left. Those are not the enemies we are looking for, sadly. Anyways, Tiki says we're down to 5. I would imagine. Kidia says just a little more. Itsuki says, are you alright, Kidia? It looks like you're in pain. Kidia says, I'm fine. I'm almost there. Okay. These are not the droids I'm looking for. shit. That's not good. Gosh dang it. I hate those savage encounters on New Game Plus because it didn't let me carry over my weapons, and it makes those savage people at my party strength. So it's like those guys can just basically wipe you out really easily. Let's do Mirage dying. Now we just have 2 left. That should be it. Kidia says, why won't they just disappear? Larja says it's impossible, there's an endless supply of them, that's how the world works. Kidia says, how else can I get this feeling out of my heart? I'll just say, you just have to accept it. Kidia says, what? Larja says, Itsuki's right, isn't it? You can't kill your own feelings. If they were that easy to kill, you'd never have to actually feel them at all. As long as you're alive, you'll have to come to terms with it. Kidia says, Larja. And I just say, you should do that gig. Kidia says, alright, I'll accept it. I won't turn away from the girl who loved cute things, I'll accept who I am. Kidia's soul has exploded out of her titties. Oh my. Kidia learned cuteness within. Tharja laughs and says, you're such a klutz. Anyways, Tiki says, come perform a Radiant Unity, as she always does in these situations. How? Tiki says you can visit the Bloom Palace whenever you want, even if you don't have a Unity. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Tiki says what she always says, time to make your radiant skill. Kidia says, Tharja. Tharja says, what is it? Kidia says, I'm grateful for the things you said, so thanks. Tharja says, adorable. Kidia says, what? Tharja laughs and says, you're so cute. Oh, and all that stuff I said about not being able to kill your feelings? I lied. Kidia says, I see. Tharja says, if you use the hex I'm researching, you could bind someone's heart and turn them into a doll that does your bidding. Kidia says, and? Tharja says, the way you are now is so adorable. You make me want to turn you into a doll and keep you by my side forever. Kidia says, I refuse. That's not funny. Tharja says, true, just imagining you actually doing my bidding is horrifying. Kidia says, thanks. Well then, I'm headed off, Tharja. Tharja laughs and says, you do that, Kidia. Scary. Oh no. Meow, the master of ceremonies this week will be me. Chloe the Black Cat, says Kidia. Kidia says, now then, I'll be introducing all the cute things in town this week, just as always. The cutest thing for the week is... my goodness, this is a Dugansaurus. Meow. As for the Dugansauruses, you can meet them at the Daitama Kingdom event here at the Observatory in Odaiba. Today we're going to check this Daitama through and through, everyone. Alright, let's get fired up. Absolutely. Cute! Hooray! I'm frightened and horrified. Kidia says, absolutely cute. Hee hee. Itsuki says, welcome back, Kidia. Kidia says, Itsuki, you were here? Kidia says, what did you think? Me in the animal suit, that is. She's called Chloe. I'm just gonna say, can I feel your suit? I was having trouble restraining myself. Kidia says, what are you saying? I can't let you do that. Itsuki says, oh, I see. Kidia says, Itsuki, you know, I thought I reached a point where I'd never change. This change is a good one, right? Itsuki says, yep. Kidia says, I see. Glad to hear it. The side story, Not a Girl, is completed. Kidia has grown as an entertainer and has become cool or cute, question mark. She acquired pastel power. Anyways, there's another one with Tsubasa, so we're gonna go do that. Tsubasa says, Itsuki, you came. I have to talk to you about something. Do you have time? I say yes. Well, Itsuki does, rather. When given a choice, I say I said it, but in truth, it's Itsuki. Tsubasa says, I have a gig for a soft drink commercial. Soon I'll be the 15th Amrita girl, but I'm kinda worried. Itsuki says, Amrita girl? Tsubasa says that's what they call the girls in those ads for Amrita's shower. Supposedly it's a stepping stone for new talent. Itsuki says, is that the same one that's sold in the supermarkets? That's awesome, I'd drink it too. Tsubasa says it's delicious, right? Grape's my favorite flavor. Avocado's hard to ignore too, though. Itsuki says, what's troubling you? Tsubasa says, filming for that just started, but the director told me I'm lacking devilish charm. Itsuki says, lacking in what? Tsubasa says, I don't know how to tantalize an audience. Where do you think I could learn that? Someone says, isn't that just suggestive behavior? Tsubasa says, hey, Toma. Toma says, what's up, you two? I had some free time, so I came to grab coffee. Tsubasa says, earlier you mentioned something about suggestive behavior. What did you mean, Toma? Toma says, there's not much to it. It's making someone feel like you're interested, but not, like they have a chance with you. Tsubasa says, have a chance, like gambling? Toma says, how can I put it? I guess you could call it a cat-like charm. Tsubasa says, cat-like? Oh. Itsuki says, what is it? Tsubasa says, in Shibuya there's a stray cat named Little Devil. I remembered that kitty was just like what you described. Toma says, talk about being literal here about devilish charm. Tsubasa says, if I observe the cat, maybe I'll be able to become devilish too. Itsuki says, it doesn't hurt to try. Let's go check the cat out. Look for the cat in Shibuya. Tsubasa says, yay. Toma says, good luck. Tsubasa says, thanks, Toma. I'm gonna gather information right away. Anyways, Tsubasa texted us and says, you know how we talked about Little Devil? I have no idea where he is. It'd be great if you could look for him too. I'm counting on you. Alright, let's see. Apparently there's some stray cat enthusiast in Shibuya somewhere. We talk to them, and they will tell us where the cat is, and then we go wait for the cat. Tsubasa says, I think I found what might be the Little Devil. I will continue my pursuit. The stray cat enthusiast says Little Devil's territory. It's in front of the Hee-Ho Mart. Okay. He's not telling us about the cat, so I don't really care. Tsubasa says, Itsuki, what do I do? While chasing the cat, I found a delicious looking crepe place. Maybe we have to go in there. No. Maybe it's this guy. He says, Little devil, I've seen it around here. I don't know where it comes from, but you might be able to find it if you keep an eye on the alleys. Tsubasa says, it's so good, and sends a picture of the crepe. She says, don't worry, I didn't forget about the cat. I'll use the crepe to bait the kitty. Tsubasa says, Itsuki, so the thing I was chasing wasn't Little Devil, it was a raccoon. And it took my crepe. And then sends a sad emoji. Wompity. Huh. Let's see. Is this the alley, maybe? Little devil appears here. Call Tsubasa. I say yes. Itsuki says, how's it going? Tsubasa says, no good. Itsuki says, I got a tip. Tsubasa says, that's amazing. Itsuki says, I'll be waiting in front of the He-Ho Mart. Tsubasa says, my heart's pounding. Itsuki says, Tsubasa, you need to be more quiet. Tsubasa says, look, Itsuki. Itsuki says, you got this? Tsubasa says, yep, I'll give it a try. Tsubasa says, hello, little devil. How are you doing, if I may ask? And then gasps. Tsubasa says, I think I can pet it right now. And then the cat hisses at her. Tsubasa says, yeah, that's what I thought. Tsubasa says, alright, this is gonna be a waiting game. People think she's crazy and are watching her. Tsubasa meows at the cat. And the cat meows back. Itsuki says, Tsubasa's communicating with a cat. Somebody says, do you see that? Talk about hilarious. What a weirdo. Is she trying to be eccentric? Like, look at what a special snowflake I am? Ha ha ha. The sightseeing woman says, should I snap a pic and post it online? Kitty says, I was wondering what all the fuss was. That's some concentration. She isn't fazed by any onlookers at all. Itsuki says, hey, Kitty. Kitty says, who goes that far just because of a simple comment made by a director? Absurd. Itsuki says, you don't have to say it like that. Tsubasa's serious about it. Kitty says, I know, as reckless as she is, Tsubasa is diligent in everything because she strives to become something greater. That's why she's strong. I believe Tsubasa is going to transform in a way no one expects. I should step up my game too, she says. And then wanders away. Tsubasa is purring at the cat. The cat purrs back. Tsubasa says, uh-huh. I think I understand what you're saying. I get it now. Understanding what the other person wants, yet not giving it completely, all the while not leaving them completely in the dark. And this is what devilish charm means, right? Oh my. Anyway, she learns Tantalizing Charm. Tsubasa thanks the cat and calls it her coach. Natsuki says, "Look like you figured it out." Tsubasa says, "I sure did." Tiki says, "Blah blah blah, Unity Palace. Something something." Blah blah blah, something something Unity. Dee 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 doo. Blee 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 blah. Door of Allure. Kaida says, "Observing a cat to learn how to grasp the heart of others. That's very open-minded of you." Tsubasa says, "I don't know if it's the right answer, but I'll tackle my next gig with what I learned." Kaida says, "That's the spirit." "I had absolutely no idea how to accomplish such a task. Truly, it seems quite a difficult feat." Tsubasa says, "I know, right? Even you didn't know what to do. It's only natural I had trouble as well." Kaida says, "I'm certain you can skillfully do it." Tsubasa says, "Thanks." Toma says, "You totally nailed it. I hear the feedback on the commercial was pretty great." Mitsuki says, "That's right." Toma says, "It couldn't have ended any better." Toma says, "The 15th Amrita girl's eccentricity in broad daylight. That's our Tsubasa." Tsubasa says, "Can we not talk about that?" Toma says, "Tsubasa started out with a pure and innocent image, but now she's aiming to be a devilish idol who leads guys on." Itsuki says, "Are you now?" Tsubasa says, "Not at all. That's not happening." Toma says, "I'm just messing around. I'll see you guys later." Tsubasa says, "That stupid Toma. I swear that I'll never become devilish, okay?" I just say, "I'm not worried." Tsubasa says, "It's a teeny bit frustrating to hear you say that. Maybe I should become devilish." Itsuki says, "So will you?" Tsubasa says, "No. Jeez." Itsuki says, "Really though, it's amazing. You're a full-fledged idol now, Tsubasa." Tsubasa says, "It's all thanks to you, Itsuki." And the side story has concluded. Tsubasa has become an entertainer and is now known as an Amrita girl. She acquired the ad-lib performance Tsubasa's Kiss. I don't think there's any more side stories. Well, let's see really quick here. Oh yeah, that's what I gotta do. I think this is the intermission between Chapter 2 and Chapter 3, so I think we're just gonna proceed with the story. Yeah, I think there aren't any more. Okay, whatever. Let's just go in here. This ends the intermission. No worries. Maiko says when you pose, be aware of every part of your body, fingertips to toes, and think about where you're looking. Itsuki says, understood. Maiko says, why don't we take a little break before we go on? Next is showing off your wardrobe and accessories. Maiko says, Tsubasa managed to take a big step forward with all her modeling work. Now it's your turn, Itsuki. Didn't this whole experience get you thinking? Itsuki says, I had no idea how much detail went into this. You and Mr. Harinazawa are so passionate about these shoots. Maiko says, if you can feel our passion, you might be on the right track. Amateurs usually don't recognize the emotion that goes into making those photos. Looks as though you're improving as a member of the industry as well. Barry says, break time's over. Let's get back to training. Intermission over. Itsuki has grown as an entertainer and has become new talent. He learns strike a pose. Chapter 3, The Next Generation. Barry says, Momori, did you make sure you didn't forget anything? Momori says, I have everything, but I hope you remember to bring your phone charger this time, Uncle Barry. Barry says, oh no, I'm so dumb, I guess I forgot to bring it today too. Momori says, not again. I don't need mine for the rest of the day. Here, you can borrow it. Barry says, thank you, Momori. You truly are a real live 3D angel from the heavens. Momori says, an angel? I don't know about that. Maiko says, Momori, isn't it time for you to head back to the studio? Aya's waiting for you. Momori says, I almost forgot. Maiko says, come on, Itsuki, send her off with a good word. Itsuki says, good luck with the recording. I'll see you later. Momori says, thank you, I'll do my best. Goodbye. Maiko says, did you take that girl's charger again? Barry says, you don't have to say it like that. Maiko says, can you believe him, Itsuki? Barry keeps forgetting his charger on purpose so he can borrow Momori's. Barry says, what's wrong with that? I'm the founding member of the Momori Minamoto unofficial fan club. Itsuki says, I'm pretty sure a fan club doesn't really have anything to do with this. Barry says, that pure innocence, heartwarming smile, and cuteness that makes you want to protect her. Momori is too good, too pure for this world, and her unofficial fan club will shield her from the world's corruption. Maiko says, Itsuki, do you know Momorin as in microwaving with Momorin? Itsuki says, I heard about it recently. It's the show Momori's on, right? Maiko says, uh-huh. It's really doing fantastic in the ratings. Barry says, it's all thanks to Momori. She's the most popular child star on the air. Maiko says, as you can see, she's getting a lot of fans, like this. What I'd like to do is use her popularity to give her a chance to sing, but Itsuki says, now that you mention it, I remember Momori saying she wanted to work jobs in which she can sing. Maiko says, she's a good girl and a hard worker. She does like the job she has, but I'd like to get her some more gigs. Barry says, Momori makes a great hostess, but she really loves to sing. I can't wait to see her shine on stage as a singer. Barry says, which is why, as the head of the unofficial fan club, I swear I'll find something I can do to help her. Maiko says Barry kinda gets crazier than usual when it comes to anything involving Momori. Itsuki says, yeah, I noticed. Maiko says, you'd never believe he used to be that incredible guitarist. You know, he even used to be a Mirage master. Itsuki says, really? Maiko says, yes, but during a battle with a powerful Mirage, he ended up sacrificing all the power he had, and he lost his Mirage. Barry felt responsible and fell into a depression. That's when he quit the band. And then, well, a lot happened in between then and now, but he became our instructor. Itsuki says, I never knew Barry had such a past. So since Momori works with this company, does that mean she's a Mirage master too? Maiko says, Momori's not a master, she has the potential though. Itsuki says potential, then does she also know about the Mirages? Maiko says, I haven't told her yet. Maiko says, she does have the aptitude, but I didn't know if I wanted someone that young mixed into this fight. So Itsuki, if the worst happens, I want you to be there for her, okay? Itsuki says, understood. Maiko says, it's time I head out. See you later, Itsuki. A few days later, ... Ellie says, hey Tsubasa, have you heard? Sounds like our feature issue of Nanno is selling pretty well. Tsubasa says, oh no, now I'm getting all nervous thinking about how many people saw me in it. Eleonora says, what are you anxious for? You're in show business. The whole point is to get everyone's eyes on you. Momori says, everyone, you have to listen. Eleonora says, what? Tsubasa says, Momori? Ellie says, what's gotten into you all of a sudden? Momori says, live on TV, special feature. I've been chosen to be on Serenade. It's my dream to get to perform on it. Itsuki says, Serenade? Momori says, Soulful Serenade. Most people just call it Serenade. It's an hour-long show on Daitao TV for traditional Japanese ballads, but they want to do a special 2-hour show. Serenade is so amazing, all my favorite artists are going to be performing. Itsuki says, so you're saying you'll get to perform in the show that you really like? Momori says, yes, and Uncle Barry was the one who recommended me to the producers. Itsuki says, Barry did? Momori says, he said he was friends with someone on the show. Apparently his friend watches Microwavin' with Momorin too. Itsuki says, that's great that you get to be on such a big show. Congratulations. Momori says, thanks, I'm so excited. I have to go to rehearsal. I'll do my best. She then disappears. My. Scary. Tsubasa says, when is Serenade starting? I hope Momori is not too nervous. Maiko says Barry's with her, so she should be fine. I'm sure she's relaxed and enjoying being on the show. Putting that aside, Itsuki says yes. Maiko says, there's something that we were able to find out during that Harinazawa incident. Apparently he started acting differently when he took a job from Daiba TV to shoot some promotional photos. Tsubasa says, Daiba TV, that's where I had my audition. Itsuki says, so that network was involved in both cases, Tsubasa's audition and the incident with Mr. Hodinazawa. That's a little suspicious. Do you think Daiba TV is involved somehow? Kidia seems plausible. I think there's a good chance the one behind all this is someone within that company. Maiko says, you think so too, huh? I don't want to jump to conclusions, but we don't have any other leads. Tsubasa says, why would it be a bad thing? Maiko says, people go in and out of those stations all the time. Tsubasa says, alright, that's true. Maiko says, then again, we may have our winning ticket here. I'll just have to make sure all our numbers line up first. Maiko says, well, there's still some time until Momori's show starts, so I think I'll go out for a bit. And we have received a text message. Micah says, I'm currently working hard. I should be able to make it back before Memoria's part starts, but just in case, could you record it for me? Okay. Yashido comes in and says, so this is it. Itsuki says, Yashido. Kidia says, what exactly are you doing here? Yashido says, no sign of her. Yashido continues, where's Tiki? Itsuki says, Tiki? Ah, you mean the Udaloid? Yashido says, not the Udaloid, the Mirage Tiki. I know Fortuna is hiding her here somewhere. Itsuki says, what do you want with her? Yashido says, it's not your concern, and I doubt you'd understand. Explaining myself to the incompetent is a luxury I do not have. Itsuki says, I'm not going to take someone to see my friend if they won't tell me their intentions. Yashido says, friend? Ludicrous. Hand over Tiki, this is my one demand. Itsuki says, sorry, but I can't do that. Yashido says, I see, then I hardly need waste any more time on you. There. Itsuki says, stop. Yashido just walks into the Mirage room, I guess. Yashido says, Tiki, where are you? I must speak with you. Itsuki says, what do you plan on doing to Tiki? Yashido says, I warn you, do not try to stop me. I can't afford to waste any more of my time on your delusions. Yashido says, if you mean to stand in my way, you shall suffer the consequences. Oh my. And I guess we're gonna fight him. No, my Skittle. Oh. Itsuki says, Yashido's a Mirage Master too? Yashido says, stand down. Itsuki says, I refuse to. Yashido says, you understand the basics, but you're no match for me. Yashido endured the attack. And he kills us all in one hit. Oh no! Yashido says, do you simply not understand the difference in our strength? Hand Tiki over immediately. My. Itsuki says, is everyone alright? Tsubasa says, somehow. Toma says, he's tough. Yashido says, insufficient, even with Kurono. Kidia says, gugh. Yashido says, it's been about 5 years, but I finally found you, Tiki. Tiki says, who are you? How do you know who I am? Yashiro says it's me, Yashiro Suguri. You don't remember me? We met that day 5 years ago. Tiki says, I'm sorry, I don't remember anything. Yashiro sighs disgustedly. Itsuki says, stop it, you're scaring her. Tiki says, big brother. Itsuki exclaims. Yashiro says, Tiki truly has lost all her memories. Itsuki says, yeah. Yashiro says, I see. I suppose it was all for nothing. Itsuki says, for nothing? What do you mean? And Yashiro says nothing and just walks out. What a rude piece of shit. Tiki says, it sounded like that person knew who I was, but I don't know him. Itsuki says, how did Yashiro know about Tiki? Kiria says, he was involved in the disappearance 5 years ago as well, although I'm not too clear on the details. Itsuki says, what? Kiria says his father disappeared on stage. That trauma might be why he only fights alone. Are our strengths really that far apart? Kiria wonders. How humiliating. I thought I'd be evenly matched against him, but I don't stand a chance. If only I were stronger. Itsuki says, we have to do it our way. We'll get stronger together, and next time we'll win. Kiria says, yeah, I guess you're right. There's no point getting depressed. Ellie runs in and says, I found you guys. Something bad has happened. The Serenade studio is being attacked by Mirages. Toma says, what the hell? Itsuki, what do we do? Itsuki says, let's head back to the office. Dude. Looks like Barry has been possessed, perhaps. Maiko says the internet already got a hold of this broadcast and it's spreading fast. The recording studio for Serenade was Daito TV. Itsuki says so a Mirage incident occurred somewhere other than Daiba TV. Maiko says, yeah, looks like we shouldn't focus on them after all. Tsubasa says that person playing the guitar, isn't that Barry? Itsuki says there's no mistaking it. Toma says Barry's not a master anymore, so he must have not been able to stop the Mirage, and it took him over. Itsuki says this isn't good. Wait, that means Momori's also... ... Maiko says she's in danger. She's still at that studio. Itsuki says I'm worried about them, let's head over there. Toma says, sounds like a plan. Eleonora says I'm going too. And Itsuki says, you too, Ellie? Ellie says, I'm a master as well, or did you forget? Itsuki says, oh right, you are. Ellie says, you don't tell me. You actually forgot? Anyway, if our friend's in danger, we save them, even if that means punching out the president. That's Hollywood. Okay. And who knows, maybe Virian and I will get to show you some flashy sharpshooting archery as well. Itsuki says, I'll be counting on it. Eleonora says, alright, onward to Daitao TV. We're rescuing Momori. Ellie joined our team. And she has some DLC available, so let's check that out really quick. We received a message from Tiki. She says, something feels bad and heavy. I think this is coming from that place you're looking at on TV. It's called Daito. It's your first time going there, so make sure to be careful. And here's Ellie's article. Doom! Ellie is apparently, I don't know, she kind of looks like Alice from Alice in Wonderland. Ellie says, what do you think? Wasn't I amazing? Itsuki says that maid outfit really left an impression out there. I think you riled up the crowd. Ellie says, naturally, I did do heavy research on how to Hollywood actress walk after all. Itsuki says, so in other words, what you showed off was your Hollywood maid walk? Ellie says, you forgot to say perfectly, Itsuki. Itsuki says, right. Ellie says, now I'll be ready if I ever get an offer from Hollywood for the role of a maid. Itsuki says, you looked great and cute in that outfit out there. I can't wait for the day you play a maid. Ellie says, are you stupid calling me cute? Itsuki says, but it was. Ellie says, that's not important, you stupid moron. Okay. And we are off to Daito TV station. Itsuki says, Momori. Momori says, oh, Itsuki. Ellie says, thank goodness you're alright. Momori says there was a big shadow monster that attacked me, but Uncle Barry shielded me. Ellie says, where is he now? Momori says, over there. Momori says, you're gonna save him, right? Can I come with you? Itsuki says, wait for us back at the office. Don't worry, we'll get Barry back safely. Momori says, okay. Ellie texts us. Oh no, it's Toma. He says, no doubt about it. Miss Maiko looks like the station was attacked. We found Momori. Can you send someone to pick her up? We're heading into the illusory Daito TV station. Itsuki says an entrance to the Idolosphere. Should we go inside? I say yes. Ellie says, first we need to find Barry. Virian says, ah, that's my cue. The time has come for me to grace the stage. My noble flair and fury alike are yours to command. Eleonora says, I'll be counting on you, partner. Let's show them how it's done in Hollywood. Oh my. Skills does she have? She can slow enemy pursuit. She has a bunch of bow attacks. And a Thunder Strike. Yeah, whatever. I'll just keep my party the way it is. Anyways, getting close to my, like, 2 hours here, so I'm gonna go ahead and save and upload my stream. I might be back later for one more episode, but we'll see what happens. But anyways, thanks for tuning in, and have a great night.